There is a quiet group of individuals who, when their birthday arrives, do not announce it, do not count down the days, and do not expect candles, messages, or celebrations. To them, the date passes like any other square on the calendar. This behavior is often misunderstood. It is labeled as sadness, trauma, bitterness, or emotional withdrawal. In clinical reality, it is rarely that simple. From a psychological perspective, treating one's birthday as a normal day is less about neglect and more about relationship with the self. For many, birthdays symbolize visibility. They invite attention, evaluation, comparison, and emotional exposure. Not everyone experiences these elements as comforting. Some individuals feel safest when life remains emotionally predictable. A birthday disrupts that predictability. It asks a person to receive attention, respond correctly to affection, and perform gratitude, all social tasks that require emotional energy. Psychologically mature individuals often regulate stimulation carefully. They know what overwhelms them and what does not. By minimizing the importance of their birthday, they are not rejecting joy, they are choosing emotional balance. Another key factor lies in internal versus external validation. People who celebrate birthdays enthusiastically often derive meaning from shared acknowledgement. There is nothing unhealthy about this. However, individuals who treat birthdays casually tend to derive validation internally. Their sense of worth is not time-bound or event-dependent. They do not need a special day to confirm their existence or importance. In therapy settings, such individuals frequently express sentiments like, "I don't feel different on that day," or "I don't need reminders that I'm getting older," or "I appreciate people, but I don't like the pressure." These statements reflect self-awareness, not emotional absence. Early life experiences also play a subtle role. Children raised in environments where birthdays were overlooked, minimized, or treated practically often adapt by removing emotional attachment to the event. Over time, detachment becomes preference. The mind learns, if I expect nothing, I will not be disappointed. This leads to another psychological mechanism, expectation control. Expectations are emotional contracts with the future. When expectations are high and unmet, disappointment follows. Some individuals learn early that expectations are risky. Treating a birthday as a normal day becomes a form of emotional insurance. If nothing special is expected, nothing special is lost. This does not mean these individuals lack depth or feeling. On the contrary, they are often deeply reflective. They may privately evaluate their year, silently acknowledge growth, or mentally mark survival and resilience. Their celebration is internal, not performative. There is also a strong link between this behavior and autonomy. Birthdays often come with social scripts, how one should feel, react, celebrate, and respond. People who value autonomy resist these scripts. They prefer authenticity over obligation. If they do not feel celebratory, they will not pretend to be. In clinical observation, many such individuals are emotionally observant but selectively expressive. They may celebrate others wholeheartedly while remaining minimal about themselves. This is not self-neglect, it is emotional selectivity. It is important to distinguish this pattern from depression. Depression dulls pleasure across all domains. People who treat their birthday as normal often enjoy many aspects of life, just not symbolic rituals centered on themselves. Their neutrality is specific, not global. There is also an existential layer. For some, birthdays trigger reflections on time, aging, mortality, and unrealized goals. Rather than confronting these emotions publicly, they neutralize the day. This is a coping strategy, quiet, controlled, and psychologically protective. Such individuals often value meaning over milestones. To them, consistency matters more than ceremony. Progress matters more than applause. In relationships, misunderstandings arise when others assume indifference equals rejection. In reality, these individuals may deeply appreciate kindness but struggle with overt emotional spotlight. They may prefer subtle acknowledgement over grand gestures. Psychologically, this reflects emotional boundary setting, deciding what feels intimate and what feels intrusive. In summary, people who treat their birthday like a normal day are not broken, ungrateful, or emotionally distant. They are often self-regulated, internally grounded, and selectively expressive. Their calm on that day reflects a broader philosophy: life does not need permission to be meaningful, and worth does not need a date to exist. Understanding this pattern requires moving beyond assumptions and listening to the emotional logic beneath the behavior. When we do, we often find not emptiness, but quiet strength.